Well, it is just the perfect time of year for a trip to the Carolinas, and that's where we find ourselves at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Carolina Panthers. Kickoff man Sam Martin to get us started. And off we go from Uptown Charlotte. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. But Charles, as we've covered, they've already clinched their spot in the postseason, so now they just want to avoid adding any additional names to this list before the postseason begins.
Terrific observation, because trying to move up a spot, I don't know if it's worth it if you're trying to play guys who aren't quite right. Get them healthy, get ready for the playoffs, make your move then.
Throw out wide to Walker. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down.
That's going to be a good matchup for him. Using him out of the backfield, telling those linebackers, hey, you're not only going to have to try and run with him, but you're going to have to try and tackle him in the open field.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. On the give here, Charbonnet. So, CD, this defense, they know that they have to be at their very best when they're taking on a team here that's in the midst of a winning streak. It's now stretched over multiple months, not weeks, months.
I think the challenge they put upon themselves is, we want to be the guys to end that streak. And what's working in their favor? The winning streak on the other side. Sometimes that carries a burden with it because they feel like they have to play perfectly as well. Let's just go out there and get them is the idea.
He completes this to Walker. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
And now a handoff to Charbonnet. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
Go, 80.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And the returner down to a knee. This will come out to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. A first carry for the Canadian-born Chuba Hubbard. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6. Another good carry there for the NFL's second leading rusher. And we've talked on air, off air about his MVP candidacy. Make a case for him.
Well, I'm just going to tell you point blank. It doesn't matter whether he's first or second or even third in the league in rushing yardage. That's not the main deal. It's how he gets those yards and the impact he has on his ball club.
4 yards the pickup, first down. The Panthers had 10-5 to start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. We'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Seahawks, they were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. You talk about this Seahawk defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And since this is such a good unit of covering passes downfield, I think that last play is typical of what we might see. A lot of short passes, see if they can generate some run after the catch, but nothing doing on that one.
Ready.
Young. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 35. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd down and 3.
Here we go. Yep. Hey.
They'll toss this right side to Hubbard. Fights him off. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
97.
Young quickly to the flat. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Young. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now here's Young. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
It's 4th down.
On 4th down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. And that is no good.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts them down in the minds of their opponents.
You look at this Carolina defense, and they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And this is what we talk, game inside the game. Top 5 passing offense versus top 5 passing defense. I wouldn't be surprised defensively if they change up coverages a bit more than usual to try and combat what they expect to see.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now run by Charbonnet. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Darnold. Walker with a grab, left side. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now Darnold. Repeat of the last play, finding Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Ready, set.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing, Young. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Here's Darnold. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Nick Scorton in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. To throw is Darnold. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Now here's Jason Myers. He gets set for the Seahawk field goal. Myers' kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay,
you're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And they'll make sure he's touched down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football.
Set, hut. Go in, go in. Ready, ready.
To throw, Young. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
Young to throw it. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Set, ready. Ready.
A quick throw by Young, caught out wide. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Again, it's Young. That's taken in. It's Xavier Liggett. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there, on target, able to pick up another first down.
Let's go. 60 reps. 60 reps. Set.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Young now. Here it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 32-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Hut, hut.
Here's Young. Now he's going to step up and run. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays you can't account for?
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Down. Set, hut.
He'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Young will set to throw. That one complete to Legal. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
Let's go now. Ready?
They'll throw again. Young. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jatavion Sanders. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Here's Martin now following the score as he'll send this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a throw here out wide. He might be looking to throw this again. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds ends up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. From the 50, it's Darnold. That went out wide and intercepted. So the interception there, and Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched the playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Final play of the half, Young. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Strike. Check.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Well, it's not time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Looking to throw, Young. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard. Given 3 on the screen, he couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Young. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 43.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Young to throw it. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Young quickly to the flat. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
Well, the stats that matter on this play don't help a team very much unless, of course, you're playing defense.
If you're getting points per reception, you got a reception, but no yardage. Great job by the defense, though. They read through that one.
They read through it, gave up no yardage, and people got credit for tackles. Pretty good deal.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Ready, ready. Hut, hut.
It'll be Young again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It's a first down, his fourth catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
Let's go now. Ready?
They'll throw it wide, complete to Sanders. Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up second down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And Young will slide to the ground safely as he picks up the first down as well. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Set. Ready.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Set.
Young. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here we go. Set.
They'll run here with Hubbard. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on 1st down, holding them to a short gain.
Smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Let's go. Black. 90. Ready.
Now here's Young. And this one is going to be off the mark. Too far out in front.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted.
Now
Young going to move him around. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he will take it across. The Panthers touchdown. Jatavion Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers have cut it back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So after the touchdown, Martin now on to kick this one away. And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though Walker hitting the ball is out, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free.
What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it, and somehow he got to it and was able to recover for his squad.
The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. Back to throw, Darnold. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Seattle, 16 yards the game there.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Walker now on first and 10. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Sticking with Walker on second down. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the gun on third down, here's Darnold. We'll get that to Charbonnet. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 35.
And the Seahawks first down.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on first and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Walker with a grab, left side. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 3rd and 4 now. Play action. It's Darnold. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Throwing again is Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Derek Brown never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Open man right side is Cup, complete. We'll get a pause here. There appears to be a Panther who was shaken up on that last play. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Now he'll tuck this and run. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least. If they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
Darnold's going to stay out there. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They're going to look to throw. And he is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jackson Smith and Jigba, 32 yards. And the Seahawks get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Myers connects on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Here we go, here we go. Ready.
Young. That one complete to again. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Young now. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they're in a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Ready.
Young is set to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. To the right side, hauled in by McMillan. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 21.
Panthers, first down. First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
On play action, Young. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Throwing, Young. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
On the ready.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Here we go.
A quick throw by Young, caught out wide. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches.
Down.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Watch out, man. 60 serious. Ready?
From the shotgun, it's Young. Now he's going to step up and run. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Here's Darnold. Over the middle, finding Smith and Jigba. Just a gain of a couple there. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Darnold. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. This is 1st and 10.
Seal, black. Come on, set, cut.
Now Young. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Let's go. Shot 19, charge.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He completes this to Walker. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. And that one results in 35 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They'll look to throw here. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here. And this ball will come out to the 35.
35-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the 4th quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Looking to throw, Young. And that will be incomplete as well. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. That's taken in by Arroyo. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Ready?
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Go.
Back to throw. Now a run here off the up. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Cooper Kupp from a yard out. And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage. Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Ready, ready. Claws red. Ready.
Now Young. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go, set. Blue, 32.
Throwing on second and long. Young. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing to the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
One last shot for Young. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. This was a really nice display, Charles, of complimentary football, especially how much they were humming in the second half to pull away and get the victory. Really a complete performance.
And so much fun when you're able to have everyone contribute both sides of the ball. You go back in the locker room and you just savor it, right? Because that's what football's all about. A true team game, and they got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, they move to a sparkling 15-1 with one game still to go in the regular season. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
I'm in a tunnel, foot on the gas. I see these demons, hoping I crash. All that I wanted, like the last laugh. Gotta move fast, get to the bag. And I saw the signs for so long. Just a reminder to hold on. Ain't gonna cry,